guys, it's Lord Botha here with another video, and today we are talking Dragon Age Veilguard. Specifically, we are addressing the pre-order sales of Veilguard and how they seem to be less than stellar. This comes to us from Tech Gamers, entitled Dragon Age the Veilguard pre-orders are allegedly really poor. Unsurprisingly, many players are curious about the new Dragon Age sequel set to release after a whole decade. However, the recent player sentiment is reportedly on a steep decline. It appears that the pre-launch retail sales of Dragon Age the Veilguard are turning out to be extremely poor. Well, yes, interest is on a steep decline. Let's be honest, and this is as someone who is a huge fan of the Dragon Age series since I was a kid. I loved Origins, I loved Inquisition, and I even find I like Dragon Age 2 after I go back to it all this years. In a vacuum, it's an okay game. But interest is on the decline because of all the things that have come out about this game. First of all, the trailer didn't look like Dragon Age. The art was completely changed. Everything seemed to be dark backgrounds with flashy, bright purple and fuchsia and blue colors everywhere. Honestly, it looked more like a hero shooter than it did a Dragon Age game. And Dragon Age has already been through a monumentous art change style between Dragon Age Origins and to an Inquisition. So to ask players to go through this again is a little jarring. Secondly is all the agenda stuff. The trans identity of this game runner and their very vehement stance to push agenda within their game. The very vehement stance of the developers to push the idea of queerness in their game, and that all characters are pansexual and queer. Listen, as a long-term Dragon Age player and BioWare gamer myself, I know most of BioWare's games, they make most of the characters have not static sexuality. Basically, whatever gender your player character is, the companion characters can be attracted to you no matter what. And some of their games have had static sexuality. But this game not having static sexuality is nothing new to the RPG realm. But the idea that they're pushing this idea of pansexuality so hard to virtue signal on it and making it seem that these characters are going to be pansexual no matter what the story asks for is disconcerting to players. Also, certain models are completely different yet again, like I said. The demons, the darkspawn, the armor, all of it looks different from the original Dragon Age, or even the change from 2 and Inquisition. All of that are the reasons why interest seems to be on the decline and why pre-order sales are down. All these pointers lead to a dark picture that suggests we might see another major botched launch this year if the numbers don't improve as the launch draws near. And yes, that means this game will be thrown onto the fire of massive AAA launches that include games like Star Wars Outlaws, Concord, and the soon-to-release Assassin's Creed Shadows. Popular YouTuber Dr. Disaster has clarified in a new video that Dragon Age the Veilguard is currently dealing with piss-poor pre-sales data. The info was allegedly revealed by his source, who deals with video games retail sales. Dragon Age the Veilguard has also sold poorly on Steam, not even making it into the top 100 sellers list like some upcoming indie releases. The reports only suggest that the RPG might flop in active player count. These reports only suggest that the RPG might flop in active player count and post-launch sales. Now, you can write off the pre-order sales rumor of physical copies as being from one YouTuber guy with his individual source. I get it. But these Steam sales reports, these are actual hard numbers that are online, actually calculated by Valve. And I think I took a look and it was placing it like the 182 mark on pre-order sales. So not only is it not within the top 100, it's far from within the top 100. And let's be honest, people are not pre-ordering this game for all the disinterest reasons that I already stated. And quite honestly, they're not pre-ordering this large AAA game because gamers have been burned by buggy, massive mess of games being released over and over that they've pre-ordered and been unable to play for months and been essentially swindled out of their money for games they can't play or complete messes to play, even though they've paid more money for things like early access, better equipment, and etc. People just don't want to be burned pre-ordering another AAA game that quite honestly sucks. The truth is, I don't think Dragon Age will perform well. And it's not just because of these pre-sale reports, and it's not just because of the disinterest in general by gamers for what they've done to the series. It's also because the game is, like they said here, a decade removed from its past installment. And let's be honest, and I say this again as a fan, Dragon Age was always the little brother at BioWare to Mass Effect. And the developers are already wanting to move on to the next Mass Effect game, which also will probably be a gross mess. And it's sad to see a series that I loved and cared for so much fall so far and probably going to perform so bad that we probably won't get another sequel past this. But those are just my thoughts on the subject. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it. We'll talk to you again later.